Hi there, welcome back to The Selling Guys. Today we're looking at how you can launch a successful Amazon private label product and whether it's still a viable option for making money. We'll look at how to find the right product, how much it all costs, and then the best strategies so it actually works. There's a huge difference between just slapping a logo on a generic item and actually building a brand. Unlike generic white label items, which are just manufactured for any retailer to use, private labeling means you are creating a product exclusively for your brand with your own custom specs. Most sellers find Chinese manufacturers on sites like Alibaba to make their products. You can also use domestic suppliers and directories like Thomasnet to avoid import duties and reduce shipping times. The point is, you are creating something totally unique, and by customizing your own brand, you unlock massive advantages over your standard retail arbitrage, drop shipping, or wholesale selling. First off, higher profit margins because you're sourcing right from the factory and setting your own price. Second, zero competition on your listing. You literally own the buy box, meaning nobody can undercut you. And finally, you're building a tangible asset which could be sold in future for 2 to 5 times its annual profit. The first step in building a brand is product research. So, hunting down a high-demand product with minimal competition and some flaws. You can then make a similar, improved product which should sell successfully. Step 2. Find verified suppliers on Alibaba and order some small samples so you can check the quality. Step 3. Create a memorable brand identity and custom packaging. Then Step 4. You build a bulletproof Amazon listing with professional photos and keyword-optimized text. Step 5 is the launch. You generate initial sales and reviews using some Amazon pay-per-click advertising. And finally, Step 6. Monitor your margins and scale the whole operation up. Your ultimate goal after launching a successful product is to expand your range and build a complete multi-product brand ecosystem. For example, if you sell a dog collar, your next product might be a leash and then a harness. You want to build long-term customer loyalty and repeat purchases, not just a one-hit wonder. Okay, let's look at the real costs of private label. We think you need anywhere between $2,000 to $10,000 to start properly. This is because if you run out of cash before your product gains traction, you run the risk of getting stuck with thousands of dollars in unsellable inventory. This is why a lot of private label sellers fail. Breaking down the costs, we would expect $1,000 to $4,000 on inventory, $500 to $1,000 on branding and packaging, $30 to $250 on barcodes, $500 on shipping, and about $200 on samples. Additional costs can be about $500 on product photography, $200 on software, $300 on inspection services, and up to $2,000 on advertising. So, what are the best 8 criteria for a winning product? The first golden rule is to focus on items smaller than a loaf of bread and lighter than a pair of shoes. Why is that so important? Because Amazon charges a much higher storage fee for oversized items, which can make a product unviable. Large items will also rack up higher shipping fees from your suppliers, which will eat profit margins. Beyond being small and light, you should look for products that have low seasonality. This means avoiding products that only sell at particular times of year, like Halloween or Christmas. You need to steer clear of copying products too closely, where you could be violating patents, licenses, or trademarks. You can use tools like Google Patents to check. Avoid complex electronics or products with lithium batteries, chemicals, or flammable materials. These can cause shipping issues and also have a high return rate and are difficult to resell. You want a niche where the top products have roughly 100 to 500 reviews. This proves there is demand, but the competition is beatable. Your sweet spot for your product's retail price is about $20 to $80. This reduces risk and also means there should be decent margins for you after all the Amazon selling fees. Crucially, you want to find products with an average rating below 4 stars. This means there is room for you to improve the product and dominate the niche. You can look at the reviews to see what customers didn't like about the product. Okay, let's look at how to source these products. There are really 2 options here, either paying for specialist software or doing it all manually. We think with private label and Amazon selling in general becoming more competitive, it's now worth paying for research tools. They can drastically cut down your research time and will help with sourcing products, keyword optimization, finding suppliers, checking competition, and running advertising campaigns. We recommend Helium 10, Jungle Scout, AMZ Scout, and ZonGuru. Prices start at about $30 a month, and most offer free trials. I have included the latest discount codes, which can save you up to 50% in the description below. There are also some free options to try, like Keeper, Jungle Scout's estimator tool, and Camel, but they are quite limited. If you want to try the manual method, we would recommend starting with digging through Amazon's own lists, like hot new releases, bestsellers, movers and shakers, most gifted, and most wished for, to see exactly what buyers are actually buying or wanting to buy. Okay, so should you try Amazon Private Label? We think it is still a viable choice, and there are definitely advantages over arbitrage and dropshipping. However, things are more competitive and the costs of importing from China have increased, so you need to be more careful when choosing a product and have the necessary budget in place before starting. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll do my best to help. And if you found this video useful, please give it a like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. I'll include a link to the full article and other resources mentioned in the description below. For more help, please join our friendly Facebook group where you can discuss side hustles, passive income ideas, Amazon FBA, and online selling with fellow entrepreneurs. Link in the description. Thanks so much for joining me and happy selling.